Hey everyone, what's up? You're listening to GloPo Guys. Welcome to the pilot episode. My name is Vinny Greco. I am here with my dear friend and colleague, Mr. Jason O'Connor. Mr. O'Connor, say hello to the people. Yeah. So, Mr. O'Connor and I teaching. We're sharing a year two section. Mr. O'Connor is now having the year one cohorts. So once a week, we're going to get together and talk all things GloPo. We wanted to kind of start the school year just kind of talking about like big picture GloPo. And then what we're going to do is each week, whatever it is we're studying, we're going to get into a little more in depth and just have an additional resource for students. So, Mr. O'Connor, you have these year ones. What would you like say to a person or to a parent for that matter, who has no idea what the course is supposed to be about? How would you frame GloPo for your 11th graders who are brand new and for their families?
So the global politics class gives students a new lens and a new vocabulary by which to look and examine the world around us. We examine key political developments, including power, sovereignty, and international relations, human rights, peace and conflict, and development. It is current event centered and heavy, and gives students, again, the new vocabulary by which to understand the world around them.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. So as you so perfectly put it, you have these four core units that is going to kind of set the stage for the course. And then I think the other great thing about IB in general, but particularly IB Global Politics, we have these internal assessments that give students kind of like a unique way to like assess themselves and for us to capture their learning. So there's the political engagement activity where students are actually going to go out and investigate for themselves and become involved for themselves in what's interesting to them in the realm of global politics in their local communities and how to make those connections. And then for HL students, there's also the extension task. Talk to us a little bit about the political engagement activity. What do we hope for from our students? Like, what are we hoping that they're going to do when they engage politically?
So first of all, when it comes to the PEA or political engagement activity, students will have to look at a topic that they're really, really interested in and investigate it locally here in our region or the state of Florida, compare a similar case to another state in the United States, and then compare those developments in an international setting, and then integrate key concepts, theories into their lens of analysis. And that engagement activity provides them the opportunity to reflect on what that engagement, their interview, their volunteering, their research, what does that teach them about the actual concepts and theories that they are addressing. This gives an incredible lens to the actual course. It's one of the most unique courses that the IB program offers, and that fully prepares the students for college because they're going to be doing similar things in their college settings.
Yeah, really well said, Mr. O'Connor. And I think the beauty part that for me as a social sciences educator, we always want students to at least empathize with multiple perspectives. And you keep coming back to this word lens, right? And we want our students to, you said they're going to look nationally, they're going to look internationally, globally, regionally. So there's like all of these different ways for students to analyze even things that are going on in their local area on a global scale, right? And then the through line are those key concepts, those terms, which you said are going to be integrated, which is really, really important. So, Mr. O'Connor, what's your favorite thing to teach in global politics? Like, what is like the number one thing you're looking forward to teaching this year with your year ones? Like, what do you like sinking your teeth into in the first half of the course?
So, first of all, you have to start at the foundation of these actual concepts, then add another layer in terms of theories by which to examine things. But peace and conflict and human rights are some of the most strongest units I'm very, very interested in. We will be examining case studies like Israel and the Palestinian conflict, Russia, Ukraine, American politics. We already started the cycle of the presidential race last night. And through these case studies, you're able to use these core case studies as a way to see, well, how does the unit of power, sovereignty, and international relations relate to this case study? How can you use the same case study and then focus on human rights, peace and conflict and development, and ultimately show the students that none of these case studies are in a vacuum. They're all interconnected, and one thing has an impact on another. But that's why we started with food insecurity, because we already looked at three major components that show how this is a global phenomenon. So food insecurity as a means from which the students are looking at climate change, economic shocks, and then conflict and instability in different countries, and then showing the domino effect that each one of these is going to have across the globe.
Yeah, the thing I find most interesting and the thing that excites me is like, as you describe that to me, I think about like 11th grade Vinny being in high school. I would have been like, sign me up, right? And I think the buy-in that our kids have, because we are like, we're doing things that are directly connected to their world. We're investigating things that are happening right now, just like you said, and they're just like ultra interesting, sometimes kind of depressing, right? Like some of the things that we study are like really hard, but I think the really other thing that I appreciate about the course is, I think we talk solutions too, and I think we're giving students the ability to say like, well, where do I fit in, right? And how do I, have some kind of effect on the world and some of these issues, which I think is really great. So, all right, friends. So we just wanted to give a little preview of the course. Mr. O'Connor and I are going to connect each week. We'll talk a little bit about what's going on in year one, a little bit what's going on in year two, and then we're going to just have some pretty candid conversations about those units that we're studying. And you might hear a little bit of the teacher side, and then you might hear some of like our personal opinions too, and kind of where we think things fit in. So we look really forward to hanging out with everyone, and this is going to be available each week, and we really appreciate you listening. I'm Vinny Greco.
Jason O'Connor.
And we can't wait to hang out with you all year. So this has been episode 1 of GloPo Guys. Take care, everyone.